Welcome to today's video, guys. I am super excited because finally the part that we need is here to finish the Miata build. It's literally the one thing that's been causing me most of my problems. We've already done it 3 times now. I don't even know how many times, but let me show you. We just got the parts overnighted last night from Flying Miata, brand new clutch kit, their Happy Meal level 2, I think it's called. I'll show you in a little bit, but that's literally been my biggest problem with this build, is trying to get all the power to the ground through the drivetrain, which is literally just being clutch slipping non-stop. So this is the Flying Miata Happy Meal clutch kit V2, and they swear by this. They say you will break all your other drivetrain parts before you spin this clutch, as long as you adjust it properly and follow the instructions on the website. So I want to show you this. You can see here it's the 1.8 Super HD Flying Miata level 2 pressure plate. So this is a 1.8 setup, but it goes on the same, no problem. You just need to make sure you also have the flywheel. So you can use 1.8 clutches on your 1.6 Miata. You just have to make sure you get the 1.8 flywheel with it, which we did. Now, first of all, I want to talk about this little thing, which is super important. This bypasses the OEM clutch switch. The reason for this is if you don't install this, essentially you always have to put your foot on the clutch when you start the car. Now, it's one thing you've heard me complain about, but I recently learned, because of Flying Miata, that when you have a clutch with a really heavy pressure plate, you're actually putting a lot of stress and damage on your thrust bearing on your crank when starting the car and your foot is on the clutch. So you should also always, with a heavy clutch, try to not start your car with your foot on the clutch. Okay, so yeah, pro tip for you guys. And they provide this, which slips over the switch so you can start your car in neutral. Now, obviously you need to remember and always check that your car's in neutral and not put your foot on the clutch when you start it, but you know, mind over matter, eventually you'll get that. In this little box here, I think it's pretty clear to see from its size that this is our clutch disc, our friction disc, whatever you want to call it. We use my foot there to help with that. And you can see here that this thing means business. It's not like a puck style or anything. What I love is that it's actually sprung as well. See if we can get this out of the bag. We'll use my foot to help. Bam. This thing, it looks like it's got copper and stuff in there. It kind of looks like the Nismo copper mix clutch discs. This looks really good. It looks beefy. Looks like it's ready to party, that's for sure. I'm excited. I'm really excited to actually have a clutch that gets this power to the ground, honestly. I don't think my drivetrain is excited, but you know, we've got spares of that just in case, but we shouldn't need to. Next part is the pressure plate. This thing looks beefy as well. It looks nothing like any of the other pressure plates I've had that we've messed around with. It's way stronger, way more heavy duty. You can really tell that this thing is built to put some insane clamping force on the clutch disc. So there's that. Then there's this guy. And when I first saw this, I thought, damn, that looks a lot like an ACT, competition clutch flywheel. In fact, it looks like there's a label on top of a label here. Can you guys see that? There's a label on top of a label there. Interesting. But this looks identical. I kid you not, this looks identical to the competition clutch light and flywheel that Chris has on his car for his Miata build. So let me get this out and I'll show you. Using my foot to help with the bubble wrap again. Vlog life, bro. Bam. So this is the new flywheel that's going on the car, and you can see it's like an in-caved kind of design one. Very cool. I'm actually kind of really curious if this is identical to Chris's. Let me just get his competition clutch out of this box. Because I swear they look the same, and there's 2 labels here. What's this say? 2748 STU. 2746 STU. It's the same part number design as competition clutch. See that? The STU and this is that a 6 or an 8? I think it's a 6. Yo, we're about to, they're the same. There you go. Look, even the same foam packaging is used, just it's in a white box instead of the black one. There you guys go. So the Flying Miata flywheel is the same as competition clutches. Interesting. There you guys go. Huh. Funny. Fun fact. Literally, so what I thought was an 8 is a 6, it looks like, under that there. You can see it, a label on top of a label here. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that is a 6. Yeah, 2-746 STU, and the same part number is here. 2746 STU. That's kind of funny. Exposing flying Miata, but not really. That's fine by me. We just got the same flywheel, I guess. So yeah, this is what we're putting in tonight. It's already late. Been up to some shenanigans with Chris, so go check out his latest video. But for now, we're going to send this up. Before I do, I'm going to take out the shift knob and the center console stuff, so that all I need to do is pull the tranny, put it back in with the new clutch and everything, and we'll be golden, and we'll be able to drive this thing home tonight. I'm excited. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure as you saw in the time lapse, the transmission is off for like the quadrillionth time, whatever number that is, but taking this thing off like 4 or 5 times in the last couple of weeks. As you can see, that's the ACT clutch there that we put in, and you can see that there's a lot of material like clutch dust and stuff all around here. In fact, in the bell housing, you could see a lot too. So it's probably just heated up a bunch and then exploded. Well, not exploded, but the pads have just worn down really fast for the power that this thing was producing. So anyways, that aside, my focus is to pull this off as quickly as I can. Obviously taking my time there to make sure I don't make a mistake. And then changing the rear main to this genuine Mazda one I have here, and putting the new clutch kit right there on there and slap everything back in. I'm just excited that we're finally putting something in there that will handle the power that this thing can produce. We can go back to the dyno, see what the number is, then we can go race Chris, wrap it up, and call it done. So for now, in 3, 2, 1, new clutch. And just like that, ready to go. Now, I do want to say about the install, super simple and easy. There really isn't much you can stuff up if you've ever done a clutch before. One thing I really love is just that this is pink and it matches the manifold and stuff you can see up there. So I think this clutch was just meant to be on here from the get-go. Should have got it. But as you guys know, no point talking about it now. We've learnt from our mistake. Now, the old clutch itself kind of didn't look too bad, just the pads were super worn down, so that's why that one stopped working. But yeah, we're now ready to get this transmission back in. We're not going to bore you with another time lapse. I just want to get this thing in, finished, and then drive it home. I have not been able to drive this thing in forever, and it's been killing me, relying on other people, taking Ubers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I also cleaned up all the oil that was left over up the top of the back of the head and stuff from that cam angle sensor O-ring leaking. It definitely did a number with like a bunch of oil and stuff around here, but that's all clean now. And that's about it. I think the only other thing that I really should probably replace is the valve cover seal. They're like $5, so gonna get another one of those just to quickly slap on there, because I'm a bit worried now that I've removed the valve cover so many times that it may start leaking. So yeah, let's go and put this in there and all of this as well, and then I can take this thing for a drive. So I've finished installing the clutch, and the final thing that I had to do was put that little blocker thing on the clutch switch. And it's not the top switch that's up here, guys, on your pedal. It's this one all the way at the back. And essentially it's like this little plate that just pushes the switch and locks it in place and keeps it there all the time. And it does explain in the instructions here from Flying Miata, and this is kind of common knowledge, if you have a really crazy strong pressure plate, you should never ever start your car with your foot on the clutch, because all that crazy pressure from the pressure plate is pushing on the crank, which is then putting pressure on your thrust washers, and it squeezes all the remaining oil out of them and you get wear. So after a matter of time, you will actually destroy your crank thrust washers. So anyways, that aside, oh my gosh, this pedal feels insane. What the hell? I've never felt a clutch in a Miata that stiff before. I'm kind of nervous about this. Foot off the clutch, in neutral. No e-brake or anything on. All right, I think we're good. Whew. Straight to life.
Let's wait for that IAC to kind of settle down now. There we go. Okay. Okay, now let's put our foot on the clutch, feel what it's like. That feels good. Foot on. First gear. Let's see, the wheel's gonna spin. There they are. We got a clutch again, boys. Where's the biting point? Oh, it's like an inch off the floor. That's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. I like it when it's tight to the floor. All right, let's click second. Oh yeah, sounds good. All right, we'll leave it there. Man, I'm way too excited for this. Oh boy, I'm driving this puppy home tonight, guys. So excited. Oh, running again. Let's get this thing off the hoist. Take this in for a quick test drive. All right, lads, it's time to take this thing out for a little rip. Ooh, that clutch feels great. Oh, I forgot I got new brakes in this too. We got to bed in those brakes. We got to make sure they work first too. Man, this feels so tight now. Oh, I love Chris's new car. Oh yeah, we definitely got to bed in those brakes. Oh, I miss this thing. It makes all the cool noises. But the brakes work so much better now. Oh yeah, I miss this car. Makes all the right noises. Should turn the headlights on, hey. It's probably a good idea. Dude, the brakes are so good in this now. Can't get over the difference. That clutch is kind of gnarly. Not gonna lie, the pedal's gonna take a while to get used to that. Oh man, the brakes are so good. Yee yee. Yeah, this feels so good now. Yeah, Tommy's still here. Man, the brakes are incredible. My gosh. Everyone who has a Miata, please get Mazda speed brakes. That feels incredible. Can't rip on it too crazy. We want that clutch to bed in, guys. All right. Well, here's where I'm gonna leave it, I think, for my little test drive, because this feels great and I gotta pack in all of these cars out here before I can go home. So let's get that happening. Man, this car feels so good. The clutch, like the clutch bite is literally like an inch and a half off the floor, which is perfect. It's just really, really stiff. You can really tell that this pressure plate's kind of crazy. Oh wait, I need to definitely adjust my e-brake. Oops. Guess I'm parking this in gear till I do that tomorrow. Oh man, this car's amazing. I love it. So we're on our way home now, lads, and I figured just a little bit of a pull. We're not gonna go to full RPM. Wow. Yeah, it's very adamant that every clutch has been slipping except this one. This thing literally just tried launching for the moon. Wow. Oh boy. And the brakes in this thing are next level. So like, look at this. Stop. Dead stop. From whatever speed that was. I think we're doing at least 50. It's so good. New brakes feel great. Need to just keep like romping on them though to help them bed in. Probably do that tomorrow when I drive it. Feels so good. So back home now, and I am so excited because the Miata is finally back together. And all fingers crossed, there's pretty much nothing that needs to be done on that thing. The only thing that is left to do is put some miles on that clutch, so drive it around a bunch, let it bed in, as well as the brakes. I gotta really bed those in tomorrow, which just involves me, you know, ramping up, going to like I think it's like 20 first, slamming on the brakes, then 40, slamming on the brakes. And once you do that a few times,
then the brake, like the pads themselves are bedded into like the rotors. So it's kind of the same process that it needs to happen on the clutch, but obviously you can't really do that. You know, that constant just like slamming it on and stuff like that to bed it in. You have to drive it for a bit. Now, Flying Miata says 2 full tanks. I don't think that's E85 because E85 goes way faster than 93. So I'm gonna probably do 3 full tanks of E85. I think that's kind of fair. And just try to like not go completely crazy. Now tonight, that second gear kind of half pull that I did, the car felt insane. Like it literally picked up an insane amount of horsepower, which blows my mind because that was kind of the feeling I had on low boost when the other clutch that we put in that ACT one all of a sudden wasn't slipping. So it seems like the ACT one was definitely slipping in the high boost setting all the time. And it kind of scared me, and we didn't even rev it out. So I don't want to make a guess on it, but I would say we're definitely probably going to see some crazy gains on the dyno, which is kind of crazy to think about. But anyways, that aside, let's bed in the clutch properly, take our time with that. There's so many things going on right now. Guys, just get excited for tomorrow's video. It's going to be insane. Yeah, thanks for watching. Smash that like button, write us a comment. It's 2 o'clock and I'm ready for bed, even though my instant ramen just went off in the microwave. So thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, mata.